on your Instagram. I don't care. Something. But let's get into the show, guys.
And we love the comments. We definitely love the comments.
Love the comments.
You got to tell them about the Dreamers community. You can't forget about that.
Oh, yeah. And if you want to be in the music business, if you want to be in podcasts, you want to be in entertainment, we have the Dreamers community now, and you can come be a part of the God Squad. Where I do weekly calls, I do one-on-ones. So all the people that's like, I want to get in the room with you, I want you to hear my music. I can't hear your music if you're not, I'm not listening to your music if you're not in my community. I'm not listening to your music, I'm not giving you feedback if you're not in my community. So if you want to be in my community, if you want me to hear your music, you want to get into business, join the community, which I'll make sure that Jordan, I'm going to start saying his name so you know, Jordan DeBoe will put the link to the Dreamers community there too. Let's get into the show.
Oh, it's going to be there this week.
Thank you for that, Jack.
I got a question. Do you guys make New Year's resolutions?
No.
No, not at all.
I haven't in 10 years.
All right, so y'all not even getting ready for the new year. Okay.
No, you should really be making daily resolutions.
I make daily resolutions.
I never keep up with my
Somebody that tells me they're waiting until the end of the year to change something, that is your way of telling me, Ray, I'm a bullshitter. And I'm waiting for this line to happen for me to change. Because if you really want to change is something that we do instantly.
Amen.
And if you need time to change, that means you don't want to change.
Right.
Change today. No New Year resolution. New day resolution. Every day you get a new day. You get a new year once every 365 days.
Amen.
Every year you get 365 opportunities to change. Take those opportunities.
Okay, Pastor.
What about you?
My goal is the same thing every year, to be more affectionate towards people, say I love you, it never works, and then to shut up more, but that really is not working. So
you know that ain't fucking working.
But I agree with you because I always say I'm going to start the gym on Monday and never start on Monday. If you're going to start, just go.
I mean, but you only weigh like what, 95 pounds?
I know, but
if
my muscles don't work.
You want a six-pack?
I want a six-pack, but if I got to drag somebody, I just want to know I got the ability to do a little raggy-taggy. Okay, anyway. Kanye West is finally back outside, and he had a dope preview of his new music at Art Basel this weekend. He was on stage with the kids. Kim was there. It looked like really good vibes. My only issue with it, and I don't even know if it is, I don't really know what to take from it, is him wearing a black KKK hoodie. Like, is he playing in our face? Is he playing in their face? Like, I didn't know how to dissect that. What did you guys take away from that one?
I thought it was genius.
You always know he's going to do something.
Can I tell you why I thought it was genius?
You always think it's genius.
Let me tell you why I thought it was genius. Because there was a point in time where black people saw a white sheet on someone's head. We knew we were instantly in danger. Mm-hmm. We knew that's not a place for us. So I like that he put a black sheet on to show the other side. So if you felt anything on the other side, you got one piece of what we've had our whole lives. Right. That's why I thought it was genius. I think the one thing that Kanye is doing right now, and I'm calling it out right now, I think Kanye is going to change the game the way he did in 2004. He's going to call the game out. Let me tell you what I mean. When Kanye says, I just fucked a Jewish bitch, you know why he said that. Like, just think about it. Why would he say that?
Because all the Jewish people run the labels mostly.
No, that's not why. He said it because, and in my opinion, this is my theory. Okay. That's not why I think. Let me just say that. I don't want to say that's not why. That's why I think. I think him saying, I just fucked a Jewish bitch, is to rile up the Jewish community for him to say, well, I said I fucked 1,000 black bitches and y'all didn't care. So now y'all care because I said I fucked one of y'all, so y'all are proving my point that I can't mention you without penalties. So to me, I thought, when I heard that, I was like, ooh. Because when I heard it, I was like, damn, nobody has ever said that on the record. Why would he say that? He wants you to react and be like, ooh, Kanye said he fucked a Jewish bitch. So people could say, well, he said he fucked black bitches all the time and no one cares about that. So to me, I feel like, that's why it lines up with the black cape, black sheet on his head. It's kind of like, I'm going to start doing I'm going to do the opposite of what I'm not supposed to do to y'all and see how y'all react to that.
So it's kind of like inadvertently pro-black in its own kind of way. I don't think it's pro-black as much as I think it's exposing that no one cares when we do it to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
The hypocrisy of it.
Right. I think that because if you are offended by that, like Kanye has said way more. He said, I got a dark-skinned friend look like Michael Jackson. I got a light-skinned friend look like Michael Jackson. That should be offensive, but it wasn't. No one got mad at it. So I think he's pushing the buttons to show everyone outside of the Jewish community and the beef that he had that he feels like there was some bias there. To me, I think that that's the most genius way to battle bias. It's kind of like you guys tell me I can't. You guys are not okay with that person doing it. Well, I'm gonna do it. I think it's ballsy too, because you still running a risk. But if anybody's mad that he said that, to me, you're a hypocrite, especially anybody in the music business. Right. Because, I mean, we got songs like, I was 12 years old listening to Bitches Ain't Shit But Hoes and Tricks, Lick on the Nuts and Suck the Dick. I was 12.
Ain't no fun when the homies can't have none.
Ain't no fun when the homies can't have none. We've heard misogynistic lyrics about black people our whole lives. But the first time someone said a misogynistic lyric about a Jewish woman, it becomes problematic. And I think that's what he's trying to prove. If I had to guess.
All right, now.
What about you? How y'all feel about that?
I agree. You always know when new music is coming out, he's going to do something that's going to figure out how to get the eyes on it. And from what I've heard, the music is pretty good. Like I heard the.
But he's never made bad music. He's never made bad music. You can't tell. Even the Yeezus album, he still has Bound on there. He still has New Slaves. Bro, I'm telling you, Kanye is going to change the world. What person do we know is willing to risk their $1 billion status to prove to us that shit ain't fair? What up, everybody? This is Ray Dangs, a.k.a. the Culture Referee. You already knew that, but what you didn't know about, I bet, is a new distribution company called Two Lost Distribution. They're the most technologically advanced distributor in the world. They distribute your music to more stores than any distributor out there, and they only charge you $3 a month. Yep, $3 a month. And they don't charge you any money to collect your royalties, so you get 100% of your royalties. Y'all know how some of them distribution companies be asking for, it's distribute with us, but they take 20%. These guys don't take any of that. They charge $3 a month to distribute all your music, and if you use the code GODS, which is on the bottom of the screen, when you add your discount code, you get 3 months free. So if you're looking for distribution, you need distribution, you're looking for the best distribution company to work with, Two Lost is the fastest growing distribution company out there. Mess with them. Tell them Ray sent you. You're going to get some money off.
Right. You don't win against everybody for
that. To me, that shows me who you are more than anything. That also shows me how much he believes in himself more than anything. So I think it's genius. When I saw the black black sheet on his head, I was like, why has nobody black ever thought that? Like, imagine if the KKK show up to a KKK rally and then you see fucking 500 black men and those kind of motherfuckers is gone. Right. We don't want no problem with those guys. Killed. I think Ye, let's forget he's the same guy that said it seems we live in the American dream, but the people have the lowest self-esteem. He's been exposing the ugliest shit about the business, and he tried to expose another genre of people, race of people, and he paid the cost.
I'm thinking about a time when he exposed something that's kind of happening now.
If we forget, Kanye's the same person that said on live TV, George Bush doesn't care about black people. Like, right. We all felt that. Who had the balls to say it? Right. So my thing is that he's always been a truth teller. I always tell people, I'm going to tell y'all something. If I tell a woman she's pretty and she says you're so sweet, I always correct her. I'm not sweet. Don't say that about me. Because I might tell you one day you look ugly and you're going to tell me I'm an asshole. I told you the truth both times. It's how you receive it. If I think you look good, that's a compliment. That's not me being sweet. That's just me telling you I think you look good. If I think you look crazy, I'm going to tell you I think you look crazy. Then I'm a dick. I'm the same person. Right. I'm just telling you what I see. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So I think that's what he's dealing with right now. It's like, I'm not a bad person. I'm just a person that speaks about the unfair treatment of people in general. Let's forget, Ye is also the person that sat on Sway's interview and said, I don't like how the hip hop community treats the gay community. He said the opposite word of hip hop is gay. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And he was like, Islam was like, if you want to say someone's not hip hop, say they're gay. He did that. He's always spoke up for the oppressed. And to me, that's why when everybody was turning on him, I gave him the benefit of the doubt, because he might see something that he just can't explain to us yet. Or we just can't see it yet.
Or it might be over our heads.
Or he just can't see it yet. So sometimes you got to just do that.
So you're going to be there 12:01 on Friday then?
Well, I don't listen. I'm not there 12:01 on nothing for nobody. But I am going to check it out. And I also think, this is petty, but I also think that he put his daughter on the record because Drake put his son on the record.
Oh, I was wondering.
I think that he wanted his daughter to have a better verse than Drake's son.
She ate them up too.
And she ate that shit up.
She did it.
I am Westy. This is my bestie.
I was like, go ahead, girl.
I could see him, because let me tell you something. When you get to a place where you can no longer talk about where things, You can't talk about how things are wrong. Like, I'm going to give an example. Puff. Puff can't talk about what was done wrong to him. Whatever he says, he's going to get crucified by the world. So the only thing Puff can do is show you what's wrong.
Right.
You can't argue with what you see. You can argue with what I say, but you can't argue with what you see. So I think that's the most brilliant thing that I think Ye is doing. He's trying to show you the unfairness of black people in America. And I don't think we cared when he was a billionaire. Because it's like, you a billionaire, but now it's, I'm not.
He lost something, so now we feel like, yeah.
Who can say that? He rapped about it. Man, that nigga's the best, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He is the best.
Go ahead.
Well, while we on that subject, I mean, what do you think about them saying now that I guess the Recording Academy is considering asking Diddy not to come or relinquishing his nomination?
I can understand
about right.
I mean, I don't think Puff is gonna come anywhere unless shit dies down. But it's just fucked up. It's all fucked up to me. Like, it goes back to something I said one day. I'm like, just because you're right doesn't mean you're right today. You might be right a year from now. Like Dame Dash, he was saying all this shit, and then 20 years later, they like, Dame was right.
Good point.
So I just feel like it takes balls to be a truth teller and be a truth speaker. And to me, and by the way, if there was a Jewish person speaking on how black people are fucked up, I would listen. That's me as a human, though. I want to hear my what's wrong with me. I want to be better. I could tell you some stories of shit that I just didn't know, and I was like, dog, I hated politics. Like I thought anybody who was a Republican was against black people. I thought that you couldn't tell me that. And then I met this young lady. I was dating this girl, and her sister, or they was play sister. Her dad was a mayor of, I think, Colorado Springs, but he was a Republican. And I'm like, and I remember going off on her. Like, I'm 21 years old, 22. I'm like, your dad is a Republican? Like, what the fuck? And she was like, and then she started asking me questions. She was like, do you think that people should earn their keep and get paid for what they bring to the table? I'm like, yeah. She was like, do you want to make money and help another person that doesn't have? I'm like, no. I want to help me and my family. And so she starts breaking down all these ideologies, and she was like, you're a Republican. Those are Republican ideologies. It opened my brain up. So to me, I feel like, especially someone like me who really wasn't experienced, you need those people or opportunities to open your brain and your thought to understand the world. So to me, it's like when someone is trying to speak, instead of me judging, I always try to understand. You'll never hear me say to somebody, why'd you say that? You'll never hear me say, you shouldn't have said that. You'll hear me say, why did you say that? I can't tell you what you shouldn't say, but I can help you see a thought process in what you were trying to accomplish.
Well, I think a lot of people now, like with everything, they just listen for the trigger words. So it's just like how we was talking about grooming.
Yeah.
Like, because now it's like the cliche word for sexual abuse, but really when we looked at the definition, it's not a bad word.
It's not a word.
Just like toxic, just like
everything, humble.
you know, all of these different all of these different words that get used in specific contexts, but the actual meaning is not really a negative meaning. You know what I'm saying? It's just your perception of whatever the meaning is.
I agree with you.
I don't care what the audience thinks. That's what I will say. I don't care what the crowd thinks. The crowd will boo you because they just don't know that they should cheer for you.
Okay.
So I don't care what the crowd. I don't make decisions based on the crowd. Fuck the crowd. The crowd can, because the crowd can be wrong. Because the crowd usually doesn't have a thought process. It's just that's what everybody else is doing, so that's what I'm doing. So all it takes is one to do something crazy, and then all of a sudden 1,000 follow, and now it looks like the crowd. Now it was just one person who was a freedom thinker that wanted to do something stupid, and the crowd followed. So I don't care what the crowd thinks. I pay attention to what I think and people who I respect think.
That's dope. So this is actually, we hear a lot about sexual assault and everybody going through these issues, but there was a rapper, Duty Low, who his ex-girlfriend had accused him of assaulting her child.
And it was molestation.
It was a big thing, and she was standing on it and fake trying to send receipts. But anyway, he actually won an $11 million lawsuit against her.
I thought it was 11 million. I thought it was like 11.
It says 11 million right here on Hip Hop.
Okay, cool. Dope.
FDX. And it says that she actually was arrested for perjury. So
she lied.
Yeah.
Well, they I guess they saw that she lied. Right?
Yeah. So I kind of want to talk about this because one, it's not big in headlines. When he got accused of it, it was the number one thing on all the blogs, and now that he's beating it, it's kind of flying under the radar. So
because it doesn't fit the narrative of the crowd.
Right.
The crowd needs enemies, and they want to pick them, and that guy was the enemy because he did wrong. But that's what I mean by that's why I don't pay attention to the crowd, because now that it's proven that he's not wrong, now no one's saying nothing. Now it's like, fuck, but dog, do y'all realize what he had to go through? Mm-hmm. That's the thing I understand. Like David Geffen said something one day. He said, because he had a cancer scare. And he said, the only things next to being scared, the only thing scarier how do you say? He said, the only thing scarier than having cancer is thinking you have cancer. Mm. He said, because you still go through the thought process, the wear and tear mentally on your body of cancer. Like, damn, I got cancer. What am I going to do? And he didn't have it. So I don't give a fuck if the guy won. Y'all, people still went on the top of the mountain and said, this guy's a fucked up person. He's a child molester. We need to get him. And whoever said that, that's my problem. Like, why is nobody fucking why do we say crazy shit and don't go back? If I said something crazy, I would change it. Mm-hmm. If I thought it was crazy, somebody convinced me, I'd be like, damn, I never thought about that.
But the crazy shit is that, like, still, even though he, I guess, won the money, I mean, does the girl even have money like that?
That's what I'm wondering. Where the money's supposed to come from? You done ruined my whole life.
Like, he's not going to get the bread.
Right, he's going to get $100 checks.
It's still kind of like the embarrassment of everyone's going to think he's a chef.
Your reputation over everything.
He can't get back all the anguish that he felt. He can't get back how people probably still think with a doubt in their mind that it may be true. Mm-hmm. He can't get that back.
It's said. Once it's said, it's out there. Mm-hmm. It's like, Chad is a child molester. Hold on, what? It's like, you can't take that back.
Right. There's no...
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Delete,
I'm just saying,
no whiteout.
Even as I said to Chad, I'm like, Chad is going to probably spit, even though we know it's not, it's still like, no, do that to me. You see what I'm trying to say? But imagine somebody saying that and it's a lie and everybody's believing it. How you felt just now. Imagine going on Instagram and they're like, look at Chad, touching kids. You're like, what? Bro, she should go to jail.
She should, because
she should go to jail.
You ruined that man's life. The amount of money he lost, business.
And this proves that how I feel, because I'm on the same side. Think about the Puff Cassie shit. Remember I said, I don't have a problem with what she did. I just have a problem that if it was some criminal, you didn't go after the criminal. Right. I'm saying the same thing. I don't care if that guy, Doogie Loke, had 11 million he won. Nigga, she should still go to jail for what she lied on. Right. And nigga, you know how evil you got to be as a woman to use your child.
Right. I didn't think about the trauma of the kid.
Right.
For molestation, and it didn't happen. Oh my god!
Because that's kind of like,
yes, because she was making him say stuff on camera at the time. The kid said
it, like, he did this to me. Imagine that for a child. Like, she should be in jail. She should go to jail. 100%. It's probably because he didn't want to know more. Goes back to what I'm saying, guys. We be just acting like there's no motives. When people got mad when I said winners and losers of sexual assault, I wasn't speaking like. So I'm not speaking right or wrong. I'm just saying people be motivated by other things that has nothing to do with the actual thing. It's not what happened to me. It's what happened to me, and I don't have the money that I'm supposed to have, or I think I'm supposed to have, so I'm going to go get it. That's my problem.
And there it goes. All right, so let's see. Snoop Dogg was surprised by only making $45K on over $1 billion worth of streams. What does the music industry need to do in order to make sure the money's going in the right pockets into the artists?
Well, you got it. Snoop is talking from a different kind of place. Snoop might have had 5%. He said a publishing check, number one. He might have 5% of a record that had 2 billion streams. So when you say Snoop only got 45,000 on 2 billion streams from a publishing check, the first thing you got to say is, the first thing we all know is that Snoop does not produce. So that means somebody got 50% of the song already. Was there a sample?
There we go. Okay.
Was there a sample? Because that might take even more. There's so many reasons. But here's what I'm saying. My thing is that if these artists have a problem with streaming so much and they don't like it, then why don't they're big enough to say, this is how I want to do it?
Isn't that what Tory tried to do?
That's Tory. So he made $1 million in a day selling the thing. There's so many ways to make money from your music that has nothing to do with streaming. Like, look at Lil Russell. Lil Russell is making money, like, giving you a chance to pay. You got companies like Even. You got companies, another company just reached out to me doing the same thing. You got all these companies who are like, I can help you sell your music for what you want. Bro, if you don't like that model, don't do it. Joe Budden is, and Wallow and Gilly and Noriega, all three, and I say big facts, all four have different models on how they monetize their pod.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We don't have to do it that way. We can do it our way. We do it the way that works for us.
I agree.
But there's no wrong or right way. That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes people just be getting in their shit. People, I think there's a lot of anger right now.
Everybody like, where my money at? It's the holidays doing it to people. Meek Mill says that it should be impossible for judges to use lyrics in court. So his exact quote was, give me 1 second. Sorry, I only got one contact there, so now I gotta.
Who shot you?
He said, it should be impossible to charge Thug and Lucci for lyrics because in the studio, we all give each other lines and don't remember who said what after a hot night in the studio. I have done it with both of them. They both gave me lyrics before. We all do this. That's a really good point because if you're combining on a song, like they're using Thug's lyrics in court, but who said that he wrote that song? Who said that he didn't combine with anyone? Where are we going to draw these lines with what get used in court?
Well, it's like a collaborative effort because if you're in the studio, it doesn't happen as much with rap as it does with other genres. But he's right. You could be in the studio and could be coming up with something, and then I might finish your line, or I might give you, a punchline or something to kind of go with it. And then but you're the one that performed it, so they're gonna look at you as is your word. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing. Whoever's behind it, they're not looking at the writing credits or seeing whatever it is. So I kind of agree with him on that. Like how do you even know that it's real, that it really happened? And like Ray has said last week, I think unless it is a lyric that can be attributed to a real event that they can put 2 and 2 together with, you can't do that.
If I say I shot my op, and somebody died, that don't necessarily mean like niggas die every day. Be like, who says that I'm the one who did it? Like, that's not fair. And then my real question is, when is this going to transfer over to other type of music? So there's all type of heavy metal and rock and punk that talks about death and killing people, but you don't see white people in court getting their lyrics read out loud. So why is it more likely for it to happen to us? Like, I just think it's another way to.
I think that we've lost track of reality right now with these conversations. I hear what Meek Mill is saying. It's a lot of hypotheticals, right? But I'm saying if the lyric is not hypothetical, then don't say it. It's that simple. If you didn't do it, or you feel like it really happened, like I told you, Teron wrote the lyrics. I just shot a man in Central Station, like in front of a big old crowd. Okay, if he really did it, I'm like, nigga, you bugging. Why would you write that?
I see what you're saying. If you did do it.
My thing is this, is that then you have to be smarter. We got to pay attention to old school gangsters. The problem is that, and we all know this, you can't have everything your way. You can't be a gangster and rap about being a gangster and then say, well, I don't want no gangster fucking penalties. Hold on, that was just because you got to stand on it. Like, that's for anything you do. So even if you, because I understand what Meek Mill is saying, I understand that. I understand all of that shit. But bro, don't rap about it if it really happened.
Okay.
And to me, that's the part that's scary, because it's like we are poking the bear. Mm-hmm. To do a crime and then rap about it, you got to be crazy. It's like hold on, we don't never talk about this. Remember them guys that did the song where they was like, they did the song, so all you got to do is get a PPP, and they was telling you how to scam.
Right.
Them niggas really was scamming.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about them and their lyrics not being used against them. Why is that?
I could have swore somebody went to jail.
I know they went to jail. Why are we not saying they should not, just because they rapped about it don't mean you should prosecute them? Why are we not saying that?
I see what you're saying.
Why?
I see what you're saying, because that one was real life. Like, we could,
nigga, they
it was
telling
more
you
tangible.
how to get the money.
I get it.
And they went to jail. So my thing is, but here's the thing. If they did that song and they wasn't doing shit, then it's entertainment. But because they was doing it, it was used against them.
And it worked.
So all I'm saying, if the lyrics are not real, cool. But if there's a chance it could be attached to something real, be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be rapping facts.
If it's attached to something real, be careful.
Okay, so I have to bring this up because I wouldn't be me if I didn't. Nicki Minaj album came out this week, so we finally got, after years, Pink Friday's out. Did you guys get a chance to listen to it by any chance?
No. I'm gonna honestly say, in support of a couple of my friends that had some records on there. Shout out ATL Jacob. Shout out Rush D. Shout out Books the Beast. I did listen to it. I listened to the whole album.
Ooh.
I listened to their records, of course, because those are people that I'm cool with. Yeah, I was part of the streaming for that.
Did you like any of the songs in particular?
There were a couple that were cool. I think the one with Future I kind of liked. Mm-hmm. There was a couple that was listenable for me.
All right. Well, Nicki, after the album dropped, she went live and was saying, like, rap should sound like rap. And she was like, the reason why a lot of the rap girls are not successful because they're not really rapping. Jess Hilarious came back and said, girls, stop lying because you only put girls on your songs that can't rap. That's why you look like you could really rap. Yeah.
That's not true. That's not true. That was, her and Jess Hilarious must have issues. I don't agree with that. Nicki is the greatest female rapper of all time. I don't think no one is saying that Lotto, Sexy Red, Ice Spice, I don't think no one has ever said any of these people are anywhere near on Nicki's level.
Yeah,
it's because female rap is entertainment now. Mm-hmm. Nicki, when she came in, female rap was competitive. That's why there was only one or two. You had to have bars. Now you don't have to have bars. You just got to have a great song with a ski you. Mm-hmm. You just got to have something that catchy. People can sing, something catchy. And I can understand where Nicki is coming from. I think it's weird because I understand Nicki, but I still don't understand what is she trying to get from what she's doing. Like, I don't get that, y'all. Like, Nicki, why are you still talking and arguing with people?
Because I think that Nicki wants people to see how hard it was when she was coming in.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck?
She's at the top of the mountain.
She don't care. Like, she's really just like, but I went through this.
My point is that, and I don't know, but I'm. This is how I see it. This is how I assess things. You can always tell an unhappy person. Because an unhappy person is always trying to find something to be mad about. You are still the biggest female rapper of all time. Why are we mad? Why are we talking about how the game treats you? Like, it's weird to me. Like, by the way, I'm a fan of Nicki. Nicki is the greatest female rapper ever, but god damn, she make it hard to like her. She make it hard to like her because she doesn't care. And I'm looking, and I understand, by the way, but I just, as a person that genuinely loves us, I'm like, what you're trying to do, you're not gonna accomplish doing it that way. Sometimes you just gotta give us a great verse and just show, and then say that in a rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, do that. Like, was talking and these people don't like me and I hate that shit because it's like you too good for that.
100%.
You too good for that.
She's really at the top of the mountain.
Yeah,
bro, she's the only female rapper in the business. Every other the only successful one. Every other female rapper are female entertainers. Pardi, all those are entertainers.
Good point.
Nicki is a rapper. Like, you don't agree, Sarah?
I don't.
Tell me. You want to sit down?
Doja Cat.
No, I don't want to sit down.
What?
I'll tell you from right back here.
Doja Cat.
Doja Cat's fire.
No. Okay, Doja Cat is fire. Doja Cat is, and to me, Doja Cat is more talented than Nicki. I can say that. But does it feel like Doja Cat is black?
I think they portrayed her in the media.
Not they. She. Not they.
Yeah,
she.
Does she come across as black?
No.
You're asking me or I'm asking you?
I'm answering your question. She doesn't come up black.
I was repeating that
Oh.
to answer. And no.
That's my point. So to me, I feel like the reason why but that's a prime example. Doja is better than, to me, Doja's the only person on Nicki level that might be slightly like, woo, Doja's ill, but she don't care about that. So we don't give that to her. She doesn't ask for it. She can get it if she wants. Let's be clear. Doja had a #1 record not rapping about sex.
Come on, bro. Definitely sick.
She had a #1 rapping about what that record go? How that record go?
With the Painted Town
rap
one? Yeah, I can. I like, dog. She's the ill, but I look at her like she's to me, she feels more like a pop artist who raps than she feels like an MC. Like, we've never seen her freestyle on BET, on the BET Hip Hop Awards. She doesn't show up for hip hop shit. She wasn't on a mixtape.
She wasn't on mixtape.
Right.
She didn't do that. She doesn't do features like that. She's just kind of like a real talented bitch that don't like niggas like that. And because she is a nigga, we fuck with her. But she ain't in our ecosystem. She's making white pop records, and I'm not mad at it. But the bitch is ill. You're right.
When I
By the way,
rapper,
you're right. I think, and I slipped that. Doja and Nicki to me are that. But I just feel like nobody puts Nicki in in the same category as Doja, and nobody puts Doja in the category with none of these girls, because the bitches are own shit.
Yeah, I like to have more pop.
And I think, you know, we always say this. I think we've said it on the show a couple of times, and people always say that a lot of the female fans, they don't want to hear the lyrical female rappers like that. They like the swag and the.
Well, what would you say about Doja Cat then? Because that's a good example. She's a rapper. She's a female MC. You just got to be good. Mm-hmm. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. You got to be really good, and most of them ain't good.
There's Lady London.
Right. You know how I feel about Lady London.
She's not successful.
Yeah, that's why
we got some coming up. We got the Maya the Dons. We got the Kaya Babies. We got the. Like she said, Lady Londons. We got some that are honorable mention.
Yeah, but they haven't made it. I'm saying Doja went number one saying, bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be like that. She did that. She went number one being herself.
Right.
Not trying to talk about how good a vagina is.
Wasn't she the one who said the bitch I'm a cow song?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, she just be saying whatever she wanted to do. I ain't mad at that girl.
So let me ask you this. So do you kind of feel like, even though I guess racially she is part black, do you feel like she kind of fits that Eminem bubble, like you always say, like
not Eminem, but
like saying these things that aren't urban?
My thing is Doja Cat to me just always felt like an artist that didn't care about what anyone thought. Black, white, anything. If she's in the group, she's in rooms with white people saying niggas, and she's just letting it ride, and we just let it go. Cause if that was anybody else, we would be on their ass. Mm-hmm. But we give Doja a pass because she doesn't really come off black. She comes off like she has black in her, but she comes off like she was raised in a white household with a white mother, and she just had a black dad that wasn't there.
She had one black friend.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then even when she said that she was mad at the girls for saying nigga, she was like, she said a white audience member. That was the first time she ever said something. I was like, oh wow, she's black. That was the first time, and I remember seeing that because Doja manager is my man. G is my nigga, and she signed to Dr. Luke. That was my family. But I always felt like she just kind of was like, I don't want to fuck with y'all niggas. I'm gonna go over here with these people.
Don't you think that's kind of like, wouldn't that make the crowd kind of feel weird if I'm sitting there vibing and you're like, hey, white people, make sure you don't say nigger? Like, it's like, hold on.
Yeah, but sometimes, but you got to say it, though. You got to draw the line. And to me, I like that she drew the line. Because some artists allow it because the audience paid. But if they wasn't paying, they wouldn't allow it. So do you really got a problem with it, or you just okay with it because it's money coming in?
There we go. Boosie was on live with his son, and his son didn't really randomly tell him. So Boosie called his son. He was asking his son, what you doing? Like, what you out in these streets doing? And he said, I'm trapping. And Boosie like, what you doing trapping? Like, you don't need to be doing that. And I love the way he had the conversation with him, because it was like, I miss you. I love you. Come home. I got a bag for you. He didn't yell at him like, get the fuck out the streets. You shouldn't be doing this. I make money. What the fuck? He said, I love you. He led with love. He gave him a solution. I got some money for you if you need that, but come home. And I really, really enjoyed that. What did you take away from that situation, and how do you think Boosie should navigate through the situation with his son?
Did he say what he was doing? He just said trapping.
He said trapping, and then Boosie gonna say, you ain't no trapper, you still sleeping at his time. I'm like,
I mean, trap, that could mean a lot of things.
Yeah, well, he not gonna.
It doesn't have to necessarily mean. It's just like we say we grinding. That don't mean hustling. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're selling drugs.
Trapping sounds like.
I mean, it does sound like it, but we don't know that was that.
Well, he said he making $1,500 a day.
We don't know that it was that.
What he doing that's making $1,500 a day?
He could be fucking mowing lawns doing that.
I don't know who lawns he's mowing.
I'm just saying.
But if I know you don't have kids, but if you had kids and they called you and you found out they were out in the streets selling drugs, what advice?
Don't use that word. Don't use the word trapping. If you're not, unless you really are, and if you're trapping, then you tripping. So I wonder what Boosie would do if his daughter was trapping.
Completely different shit.
I love Boosie, but I think Boosie needs, because he said. He said to his daughter's son, it's okay if you cheat on her, just don't beat on her. So I think that, I think that he's gonna, like, I think he's standing too much in his truth. Mm-hmm. Just because it's my truth don't mean it's your truth. Just because it's my truth don't mean it's your truth. And I feel like he's kind of like, well, my truth is everyone's truth. And to me, it's like, I don't know about that one. To me, I just don't like. I thought you was gonna go there. I just was like, when he said that to his daughter boyfriend, I was like, nigga, you could say that, but nigga, don't say that on camera. Like,
right.
That's what I mean by like, just because it's real for you, don't mean it's real for everyone else. It's kind of so that was the only time Boosie said something. I was like, I don't know.
But I think Boosie's kind of misunderstood in a way because we were raised on traditional values, and most people raised with the Bible, and gay is wrong, and husband and wife should be this. And Boosie is just saying, like, this is how I raised, and I still believe in those things. And people are saying, no, we live in a new world, and you have to love the gays, and you have to accept everybody. And I just think it's so hard for people to believe in what they were raised in, and it's not fair.
I know about 2 or 3 superstars right now that I know personally that privately says they don't mess with the gay community. They just don't. And the only difference between them and Boosie is that they're smart enough not to say it out loud, because you outcasting a group of fans, and it be for a reason that don't have nothing to do with you. And then, so for me, it's like I just feel like everything you feel don't need to be said if it's gonna hurt somebody without a why. Like if my thing about Boosie is that if Boosie was living his life right, he could say somebody's doing wrong.
Gotcha.
But you in and out of trouble, so you can't. But it's almost like, well, that trouble is good, but your trouble is not. And I think it gets a little shaky for me when it's like I love it. I love Boosie. I'm a fan, man. I fuck with Boosie. Like, he a real nigga, and I do get him. But if I was his friend, I would tell him, hey, my nigga, everything don't need to be said out loud, because you can meet one person that changes your opinion on life, but it's out there now. So sometimes don't say how you really feel without a proper assessment of life, because it'll go wrong. And I don't know. I just hate that he said that. But I also think that he's smart enough to know I say crazy shit, and that's how I get paid.
So it's pretty on brand for him. It always goes back.
I mean, it runs out eventually, though, unless you start saying crazy shit.
We don't know what's real and what's entertainment, because again, trapping is a broad word in this day and time. You may think of it as something because of just your definition of it.
I get it. I know some niggas that be like that at work and they trapping. I still would say, you at work, nigga, right. You ain't trapping.
Yeah, I
know you want to sound cool because you think trapping sounds cool,
but
you
at work.
Right.
Wake up and go hit the trap. You're going to the office.
Trap could mean the job.
Yeah, like,
just like niggas say when they going to work, I'm going on a plantation or a slave ship or whatever. And that's not, that's not any better, but people say that.
Kinda is the same thing. All right, so John B and Babyface are beefing right now. Well, not necessarily beefing.
They're not beefing, but yeah, John B. Go ahead.
No, you tell me, because I don't. Ray said no. I'm looking for it. So I think John B said that he didn't get paid.
He said he's never received the royalty, and then they was like Babyface, and then Babyface was like, "But this is my problem with the game. These guys, John B's response proves to you guys that you can be in the business and not know it. You could be in the business and not know it. Because, nigga, why are you blaming Babyface? Babyface gets paid from his royalties and his publishing, and you get paid from the master. Y'all both get paid from the same person. Why are you blaming Babyface? Why are you even saying Babyface? Because he doesn't know the business. Because if he knew the business, he would have got paid. And that proves it. When he said it, I was like, as soon as he said it, I was like, even when Snoop said the 45,000, I'm like, that was so reckless of Snoop to say.
Right.
That was so reckless because you didn't give none of the important details. That's like me saying to you, that's like you saying, man, I worked all week and my check before taxes was $2,000 and after taxes it was $700. And people like, man, the government is fucking people. But they don't know you paying child support. They don't know you got 6 kids and you paying more for insurance. They don't know what it is.
I think
it's just reckless. It's just niggas just be saying that. Like, that was reckless.
I think he was wrong for saying that, but I know why he probably did say that.
Why?
Okay.
Because John B was signed to Babyface's wife's record label. Yab Yum was owned by Tracy Edmonds.
But that's still not Babyface.
I'm not saying that.
See,
I'm not saying that is right. I'm just saying why he might have.
TLC is signed to L.A. Reid's wife.
The Pebbles.
Wait, come on now.
I'm not saying he's right for that. I'm just saying that's where the because he probably feels like because he was signed to his wife and because some of his earlier records, Babyface, his ex-wife, right? Sorry, and Face wrote those records that maybe he may in the back somewhere have something to do with that. But again, that's a misconception, and it's misinformation.
Yeah.
I want to ask y'all a question. Why don't we ever blame Blueface mom for all of the fucked up shit that he does?
I do.
Nobody says nothing about his mom. Like, nobody ever blames his mother for anything. Like, if that was father...
Oh, you're right.
And a son...
You're right.
Bro, if that was LeVar Ball, who became the villain, but it's all three of his sons became something, and he still became the villain. And you got Blueface, who's fighting all these battles, and his mother is like, I was a hoe, and I had Shaq at my house, and I had all, and it's like, Mom, what are you doing? Like, why is no?
Maybe because it's a mother to son dynamic and not a son to father dynamic.
What difference does it make?
I think she's right, but to me, I was just thinking about that because I'm like, sometimes, man, like I really fuck with Blueface because I understand who he is because, like I said, he was raised. Think about this. When I was a kid, hearing "Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None" was just some fun entertainment shit. But if you was on the West Coast, nigga, that was the way of life. Mm-hmm. When you hear bitches ain't shit but hoes and shit, like no nigga from the East Coast disrespected women in they raps. Who? You know somebody?
I'm trying to think hard.
Anybody?
You said West Coast?
Like
maybe not as brash.
That's what I'm saying.
But I feel like
who? I don't think a New York rapper could get away with bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. I don't think a New York rapper can get away with that. Because New York women are not going to fucking play back with you. And that's a way of life on the West Coast. Name a East Coast artist that disrespected women. Like Too Short was rapping about fucking hoes, but he's from the West. Everybody who brought in disrespectful rap to women was from the West. Luke, even Luke, but he was still saying, pop that pussy. He was talking to the ladies. He wasn't saying, fuck these bitches, pop your pussy, bitch, you ain't shit. He was like, pop that. He was celebrating them. West Coast rap was bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on my nuts and suck my dick. Now get the fuck on until when I'm done or whatever it is. West Coast rap disrespected women. Blueface is a West Coast rapper. And I know we all want people to be like Kendrick, but Kendrick is one in a million.
Oh, yeah.
Blueface is a West Coast rapper from Compton that was raised in a house where his mother proudly says, I was a hoe. And no one is thinking to themselves, let's cover this man. Let's educate this man. Let's help this man. Look at how he was raised. Everybody's like, oh, he's a piece of shit. He needs to go die. And it's like, bro, he was raised on the West Coast by a woman that claims to have been a hoe.
All right, but he's grown now. At what point is he responsible for his behavior?
He's a product of his environment.
I'm about to say responsibility is about the environment. It has nothing to do with the person. It's just the environment. So are we going to blame the environment? Because when we speak about the rap lyrics and all the other shit, we're like, you can't do that. It's entertainment. Okay, so what if this whole thing with Blueface is doing is entertainment?
All right,
we never give men a pass, and we never blame the woman. That's why you talk about the Loke guy and the girl that said he molested a child. She should be under the jail right now for what she did to him. Definitely. We never talk about Blueface and what he did. We would be killing her. How many men do we blame for not being in their kid's life and the kids being fucked?
That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah, but my point is this: is that the Blueface daddy probably wanted to be there. The mother was like, "I want to be a hoe." Who knows? I'm just saying. We gotta give that brother more grace to grow up. And the more we make him the villain, the more he buys into that role, and the more he's like this. But we don't talk about the fact that these two women were in his house calling him a bitch ass nigga, fuck nigga, lame. Like, what you supposed to do? You ain't gonna be in my shit and disrespect me. But it's like we get so mad. Like it's like he's a piece. It's like I'm just tired of the narrative of blaming men for everything wrong, and we never acknowledge when other sides are wrong. It's just weird to me that we don't do that. And I just bring it up because I'm like, man, has anybody? Because when I see his mom, I'm like, I've seen not one narrative of her saying that. If that was a black father, what? Talking about how many bitches he ran through. And all the girls he was fucking, and that's his daughter is sexy red, and that's why she's so promiscuous. We will all be like, "Oh my God, this guy is a fucked up person." But when a woman does it, it's like,
it's cool.
Girl, you was doing your best, trying to take care of a kid without no man in the house.
So,
what?
So the way he treats women is a reflection of his relationship with his mom and what he saw.
Yes, Tamara, let me tell you something. I was engaged. My first time being engaged. Shout out to Angel. Love her to death. Angel, my fiance at the time, says to me, babe, can I ask you a question? Of course you can. Do you trust your mother? I was like, fuck no. You know what she says to me? How can you trust and love me when you don't trust and love your own mother? You know what I could have did to Tamara at that moment? I could have said, yeah, bitch, you right. You know what I did, guys? I went and did the work. I was like, damn, I can't love a woman if I don't fix my relationship with my mother. And to be honest with you, that's kind of the sacrifice. That moment is the moment that really broke me and Angel up, but it was the moment that I needed the most because I didn't trust. Most men, we don't acknowledge that men be having fucked up opinions of women based on the woman they was in. You a man, have you? Who's the first person to tell you not to trust a woman?
I can't even remember, honestly. Probably my brother, my older brother.
My mom for me. Who's the first person, Chad?
Probably my older brother.
Vito? So a man told you first. Mark? Okay. For me, it was a woman.
That's Snoop.
But for me, it was a woman. My mom told me that.
But you know why? Because women are raising sons that they know women aren't going to respect, that they know their sons are going to go after the hoes pretty much, and they're not going to go after well-respected young women. So they have to train them like, hey, listen, the type of girls you like are not the right ones, so you can't trust them. If you saw your daughter coming home with a girl who had straight A's, was on a chess club, was doing that, you wouldn't be feeding that narrative to him. But because you start seeing what they like, and then you got to say, hold on, I know what my son tastes is going to be. Listen, let me tell you something. Be careful with these girls.
Can I ask a question? Do you think that the world is going in a kind of a bad direction?
In regards to what?
Just period. Like, to me, it feels like
we got wars going on.
To me, it feels like we got everything happening.
We about to go into an election year, so it's really going to get crazy. So let me ask you this.
These young, we never blame the mothers for the fathers leaving. Look at who these young men are. They was raised in the same house. They just had no choice but to leave. Look who these young men are. Think about it. Think about this. You can tell, am I wrong, Jack? Can you tell a man that was raised by his mom or a man that has his mom and dad in their life?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can tell, right? Like, I always say, Kobe had his dad. He was too confident. You could tell LeBron didn't. He's looking for validation. Right? Think about that. So let's stay there. So here's what I'm trying to say. So why do we never say, because I know a lot of men that want to be there for their kids right now, but the baby mother is hell.
Definitely.
Mind you, if the baby mother's hell, guess who's growing up in that house with that hell of a baby mother?
Child.
The child. So what you think you're raising? A fucking hellraiser. A child is going to fuck the world up. I always say on this couch, when I did something wrong, nigga, I was afraid of Lorraine. Fuck, I was afraid of my mother. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So my mother, and by the way, my mother had a lot of fucked up ways. That's why when Angel asked me, do I trust women? I said no. Mm-hmm. I trust my mom now, but I didn't at one point. We never talk about the fact that some of these women are unhappy, miserable, and they want the man to stay to validate their life. That is unfair. I've never I can tell a woman that's happy and unhappy. I could tell. If a man ain't happy, it's usually because he ain't got his shit together.
Wait, hold on, because I be letting you rock.
Go ahead.
Be trying.
No, let's have this conversation.
Because women, for the most part, don't come unhappy, right? So they get in this relationship with a guy. He feeds her a dream. He gets her pregnant and leaves her by herself. And then she ends up being bitter. And now they can't figure out how to co-parent properly.
Can I ask you a question? Stay there. Mm-hmm. Do women sell dreams also? Say you just blame
I gotta see if I be selling stuff. Hold on, I'm trying to
put
myself into this.
You just one woman. You gotta think about your friends. You gotta think about your aunt next door that was telling niggas to bring brown sugar and minks and shit.
So what would be an example?
Somebody that was close to you. Somebody that was close to you, who we both know, is dealing with someone who else was close to you. Mm-hmm. Nigga, that's her. Here's what I'm saying. My point is that we do not acknowledge. Like I like
to beat everybody
else. I am all about accountability. I know what I said about Wu-Tang.
Wait, so who's wrong in that situation?
No, I'm not blaming nobody. I'm just saying we always blame the man because they're not in the house.
So let's equally
But maybe
blame.
he doesn't want to be in the house with you because you are fucking miserable. Mm-hmm. Like a man has to work to fix his life. A woman will blame.
What I gotta do with you raising your kid? You can raise your kid
In the house?
We could drop the kid off at the police station on Fridays. You could come pick him up, take him this weekend.
Listen,
I seen it happen this weekend.
Am I right, Vito? Am I right?
This weekend I was in Miami with my homeboy. I grew up with him. He has a baby mother. They finally got divorced. She live with the boyfriend now. Blah blah blah. They have a agreement. They drop the kid off at Publix. It's a public space. Come pick it up. Y'all go about your way.
That's fucking crazy.
We go to Publix to drop the baby off. They not there. You know where they at? Somewhere getting drunk. So now they drunk. So when he's calling like, hey, I'm in front of Publix, they start talking big shit now. Now it's a whole different ball game because she's with her boyfriend. The boyfriend like, fuck out of here. We gonna be there in 10 minutes. Don't tell us when they get there. It's all a mess, right? But what I'm saying is I would use my mother. I would use a grandparent. I would make find somebody who could be nobody should stop you from being away from your kids. I don't care how much you hate that girl. You should love your child more.
But I'm trying to tell you, sometimes it's women who use the child as a vengeance 100%. Against the man.
Yes.
Trust.
Why are there it's like we don't ever say women are wrong. And that's a fucking possibility.
Yes.
Because I was raised in a house where my mother was wrong about a lot of shit she did. A lot of shit she did. I didn't just see my father's girls. I saw my mother's guys. And I was also told to shut the fuck up. If I repeat, I'm going to get fucked up. That's why I don't trust women. That's not because my dad did something. It's because I saw my mom doing something crazy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and I don't care what it is. It's like my mom is a different person today than she was then because I freed my mother and said, you can enjoy life now. I'm your son. You don't have to do anything for me besides be a mother and say I love you. That's all I ask her for. Just say I love you and here's everything you want. Mm-hmm. Period. But guess what? My mother also, my mother family. I got people in my mother family that I don't fuck with. Or I didn't fuck with. Mm-hmm. When those people want something from me, hey Raymond, can I get 1, 2, and 3? What do you think my mom say? Just give it to them. My dad family asked what the fuck they want. My dad ain't allowed to defend his family. You allowed to defend your family. My dad family did fucked up shit too, but he ain't here to say, Raymond, they was going through some shit. Ma, you are. It's just, I just think that the world will be better when we're accountable for ourselves. And I feel like there's a lot of blame on who's wrong. By the way, men are fucked up. There's some fucked up men in this world. Period. But are they fucked up women?
Yeah.
Give me one. But how about this? Watch this, Jack.
Jada.
Give me 10 fucked up men. You can, right? Easy, right?
Yeah. Well,
give me 10 fucked up women.
Well, like what's our category?
What's you? I'm asking you. Name it yourself.
I was gonna do what y'all consider fucked up.
No, you consider fucked up.
People I consider fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. I consider Nikki a fucked up person because she's a mean girl.
Okay.
Who else a bad woman?
So she a mean girl or she a bad woman? Because we don't know who she is as a mother. That makes you a
bad...
We don't know who she is as
are we talking about mothers?
I don't know. I'm just saying in general. I'm just letting you see
how
what I'm
hard
speaking
and
about.
easy it would
like,
be.
No one blames Krishan or Jaden. They always blame Blueface. They always tell him them to leave him. Escape this nigga. No one says to him, leave them toxic chicks alone. We don't never blame the woman. We always say the man did wrong.
Well, that's because we expect men to have more control over a situation. Women just...
Why can't a woman have control?
Women stay until they can't stay no more, typically. So that's why it's like...
Sometimes niggas do too. I know some... I got 2 very, very close people to me that can't see their kids because they don't want to be with the woman. But they escape, but they can't see their kids.
I know a couple of men out here who are amazing fathers who are fighting to love their kids. And the woman is not fighting him because it's just, I don't want you around them. And it's like, they are not yours. They are ours. How the fuck can you make the only decision for our kids? How? Because they came, I'm telling you, like, dog, by the way, my goal when we started this show, my goal when we did everything was to give people another perspective. Not blaming anybody, guys. I understand where everybody feel, but I'm saying, why is no one blaming Blueface Mom? Meanwhile, everyone hated LeVar Ball, and his sons actually went to the league and went pro and did right, but they hated him. Everyone was like, why don't he sit down and shut up? I ain't seen no one tell Blueface Mom to sit down and shut up yet.
Oh, we do. We be begging her.
No, y'all might do it silently, but y'all don't do it in public.
She's cringy. She is embarrassing.
So I'm just saying, I just want to ask, like, to me, that's just a question. Like, when are women accountable?
But
like,
what about
when we be blaming the dad for not being there, and then we get older, and then we realize, you know, how many men I've met that was like, man, I'm just waiting till my kid turn 18, man, because this bitch is impossible, and she about to drive me crazy. I know a lot of men like that. I gotta wait till, and then I know real men who are literally like, my baby mama is a fucked up person, and I gotta wait till my child turns 18 to see, because my child is not gonna understand the hell she put me through. Never talk about that.
All right,
I'm asking.
No, because there's always another side. All right, there's two things. One, I want to say, I always tell men, be careful how you treat women, because when women get mad, the first thing they think is, how can I ruin this man's life? And that's just where their brains go.
Stop.
So be careful.
I want you to stay there. When the shit don't go well with a woman, do you think it ruin her life?
Nah, I just think.
Do you think Chad? Do you think Jordan?
No.
Vito? Do you think JoJo? Do you think Mark? As a man, when shit goes bad, I don't want to hurt you. I want you to go over there and be happy. You're mad at me because y'all have this thing that y'all do where y'all say, I gave this person my best years. That's something that y'all make up. I never knew I had your best years, baby. I didn't know that. I was in my best. I know I was in my best. I didn't know that. I just was doing me.
When I was outside busting tires and stuff, it wasn't because I thought the person gave me the best nail. Yes, what?
Busting tires?
The old stuff.
Whoa.
I wasn't thinking that it was because of
you
my
was
best.
busting tires.
I never heard that shit before.
It's a long story.
Oh, you
this
poking
is when I
niggas'
was
tires
young.
up?
This is when I was young. You know.
Now watch this. Stop. Why if Jack Dan said, I used to beat my girlfriend, right now we would be like, what? Nigga, it's a wrap for him. Woman beater.
I beat him. I popped a few tires.
If
he would have popped my tires back, we could have been all even. He brought the car.
Did you have tires to pop?
Yeah, he brought the car.
What?
Why would I vandalize something that I bought?
But the fact that what I'm trying to say is, the point here is that women kind of take things a little bit differently. When they get hurt, they handle their hurt differently. So you have to be careful.
That doesn't make it right, though.
It doesn't make it right. But I'm saying,
so are women wrong for that?
Yes, 100%.
So you were wrong for slashing tires?
No.
Yes or no? Were
he
you wrong for slashing tires?
No.
Why did he deserve it? What did he do to deserve it?
So now you're a vigilante. You're determining who deserves what.
You asked me.
I'm asking you simple.
Then I'm a vigilante in that particular situation. Yup, I'm the one. Yes.
All right, so let me ask you a question.
So how you gonna fix it?
Well, fix what? What I'm fixing?
If a nigga if Jack beat on a girl when he was 18, I would say, Jack, as a man, yo, Jack, you should send her an email apologizing. Something. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a different person. That's sometimes all people want. You should send the guy an email, also with a cash app for the tires.
Oh,
yeah, get him a Yoko
It will be
car.
Christmas in hell before y'all see that. Hell no. Hell no.
So you're saying you're right.
Oh my God. What he gonna do for? Oh no, my heart.
The minute you make him accountable, look what happens.
Right,
but why would I?
Because you cost him money.
I don't give a fuck. He cost me heartbreak, time, embarrassment, all type of shit. Your bum ass tires. You and your little $200 tire will be okay.
Why did you choose him?
He chose me.
You still had to say yes. Right or wrong?
All right, let me ask you.
Because he fed me a dream. Y'all be feeding dreams in the beginning.
Let me ask you a question. If he would have caught you slashing his tires,
it would have been
and
lit.
he slapped the daylights out you, would he have been wrong for that?
That's a good question. Get that camera. You moving the camera for? That's a good question.
Would you have called the police?
I wouldn't call the police. I don't call the police. But I can understand why I wouldn't retaliate against him. Like every action has a reaction.
You would just eat it.
I would have had to eat it. We would have jumped him. Me and my friend was there. We would have jumped him. Like it would.
Imagine the guy saying, "Me and my boy would have jumped the girl."
It's not the same, right? Y'all don't get the same thing.
That's my point. My point is you can see how you can say it's not the same. Then it's not the same all around. Am I right, Don Vito?
I can't say I only fucked 50 niggas and you say, oh, I only fucked 50 girls and we have the same reaction. It's not the same.
No, I would.
I
would. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
If I said I fucked 50 niggas right now, y'all will all be like, oh my God, fucked a whore. If Ray did it, they'd be like, oh, you didn't fuck more than that?
That averages out. I mean, depending on how old you are, that averages out to about maybe. That averages out to what? Maybe about three bodies a year, depending. Because what? You probably
once every 4 months you fall in love.
You probably started fucking at like what, 16, 17? Oh, I mean, some girls start younger.
No, but usually you're in your high school relationship with that person, and you go to college in your relationship with that person. So where do you have time to do the? All right. Anyway, that's neither here.
You go through the whole phase, then you just it crams up. Like,
oh, you know, I asked this on Facebook.
You got that little streak. You know?
I'm just saying. I don't see accountability from our female species, and I think that if we want to become a better community, as much as we need to hold the men accountable, we need to hold women accountable. I actually got a better rule. Women should hold women accountable, and men should hold men accountable.
I like that.
Because as a brother, I am my brother's keeper. If Jack has kids and I know he's not taking care of them, I'm not going to sit idle and be like, oh, okay, you have reasons. I'm going to tell you straight up, hey, man, I don't give a fuck. Try, keep trying. Because God is watching. That's how I believe, by the way. God is watching. He knows when you gave up or you're giving your best. Keep trying. But I do know some really good men out here who are struggling to be fathers because the woman is mad at how the relationship played out. And they mad because now they got to go meet a man again and tell him, I got 3 kids.
That's why I got
You could have been with the baby father if you wanted to, baby girl. You see what I'm trying to say? We never talk about, we know how men, I think the difference between men and women is that we know this, the other species. I know I got to pay for everything. I know I got to work. I know it's never your fault. I get it. And we take it, by the way. But y'all don't do that for us. Y'all know, like, it amazes me anytime a man cheats and a woman say he cheats. What the fuck do you think? Your daddy cheats, your uncle cheats, your brother cheats, your best male friends cheat, but your nigga gotta be faithful?
Nope.
You sound crazy. My daughter is 6. She still like nice shit. My daughter will tell anybody, I want you to stay at a 5-star hotel and I'm not flying coach.
Yeah,
she is 6. That is my fault that I raised her that way. I feel bad for whatever guy wants to date her. But I'm also a teacher. You can't be a bitch and then get that from a guy. You got to I'm your daddy. I'm the only man in the world that owes you that. Mm-hmm. The rest of the world don't owe you. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. It's just messed up. I would love to have a room full of women and let's just talk about male and women relations.
We got to put that together.
Valentine's
because I'm Valentine's Day. Let's talk about it.
Get to the love.
I want to create more conversations because the object of the show is to make life for all of us better. And it's to challenge the way we think. And I feel like it's working. But our demo is way more men than it is women. Mm-hmm. And I think it's because when women hear me trying to make them accountable, they click off and say, I don't want to watch this nigga show.
That's it.
And men be like, yeah, he's making sense. Women be like, that nigga making too much sense. I don't like him. Let's go to the next one.
Wait, hold on. Because y'all said something about environment earlier, and I was talking to D-Dot about this. When I first went to college, because I was from Harlem, and we're taught that you kind of got to fight to get respect. Yep. So when I went up to college my first week, I tried to fight everybody who looked at me. Like, I was wilding out my first week. And they were like, what's going on here? And I've traveled, but I've never had to live somewhere or really be in another community like that. So I didn't know that wasn't the rule everywhere. Like, being a product of my environment, I go up there thinking it's time to brawl. Mm-hmm. But I had to adapt. I had to change my approach. I had to realize, oh shit, I'm not in Harlem anymore. Oh shit, this is not the norm. Oh shit.
You held yourself accountable.
Did I? Is that what happened?
That sounds like to me. Accountability.
I never heard of that
Bruh,
word
women,
before.
If this world would be totally,
how you say accountability
this world would be
French?
a 360 difference if women were accountable for what they've done. It would be this world would be different. By the way, we're seeing men be held accountable. Yes, it will. We see men be held accountable.
They're holding themselves.
Yeah, 180. It'll be a 180 change because it'll be a about face. Like, beautiful that'd be just to have a woman say, "Babe, I'm sorry." When last time you got a volunteer? When last time you got a volunteer? I'm sorry. When last time I tell you sorry without an argument?
I said I was wrong. Is that I'm sorry?
No.
Okay.
That's just acknowledging you're wrong.
Sorry means I won't do it again.
Oh, my mother
not necessarily.
What to me?
That's what it's supposed to mean.
That's what it's supposed
It's
to
just selling the dream that you might not do it again.
Women sell dreams too.
Sorry.
Oh, definitely.
What dream are we selling?
Y'all pussy good.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
don't think you should
it
be
ain't always good.
having that conversation. Well,
it ain't always good. You know how many chicks out here be thinking just because they find that a nigga need to do something for them?
yes, all of them.
Just because they find.
All of them. Atlanta girls.
That's the girls all over.
Nah, let's not make it geographic.
Okay, that's just.
I think this is like a universal thing.
New York
Yeah, it's
girls
just
are
women are
hustlers.
just not accountability partners. That's all. And men are always wrong. and now that women are prominent in the world stage, because there was a place where this was a man's world, but now that there are prominent women on stage, like, you know what would change Nicki's life? If Nicki just flat out said, I wasn't good to female rappers when I was coming up. I got to be better. It'll change everything. Now she's just like, why they don't see me? You wasn't nice.
Yeah,
let's be clear. Let's not be clear. Everybody wanted to be you. You didn't embrace nobody. Here comes Remy Ma with the punch that cracks the glass. Here comes Cardi B that stands on it in the sends. And now we have 50 other female rappers. By the way, all the female rap that's hot right now is not because of Nicki. It's because of Cardi. Nicki had 10 years of being hot. We didn't get one fucking female. Cardi had 4 or 5 years of being hot, and we got 1 million of them. Come on, bro. Let's go to the next one.
That's because record labels start saying, I want the next Cardi.
That's not why. That's not why. It was because no one that was rapping can do what Nicki does.
She too good for the people.
No one can. She was really just that dope.
I'll take that.
Cardi is the Rihanna of rap.
Cardi
People write her raps, and she's a superstar. Rihanna's a superstar.
I like that. That's a good way to put it.
And it's crazy. I don't know if you heard this or not, but they said that Cardi's album went number 2 right after Nicki's went number 1. Like her fan base,
these people are
ran that shit up crazy.
Nicki is she isolated herself, and she's paying the price, and it's that simple. And that's what, if I was her friend, that's what I would tell her. You isolated yourself, now you gotta pay the price. Simple as that.
Okay, so I want to do a music question, a closing music question. Or do you want to talk about the kids who beat up teacher?
Nah.
No? Okay.
I want to acknowledge something great in Atlanta happened last night.
What? T.I.?
Yeah. We got to acknowledge 20 years of trap music from T.I.
Shout out to
T.I.
T.I.
It had a wonderful event for him. You know what I'm saying? So, my mentor, Nick Fury, produced on that album. So, me and my relationship with T.I. and Grand Hustle is just kind of different. That's kind of like where I started with Fury. So, I'm the New York nigga as acknowledging
20 years of trap music.
20 years of trap music.
Shout out to that. When you first heard a T.I. song, both of you guys, what's the first T.I. song you kind of remember hearing, and what did you think?
Get Away. Hey,
well, I'm from Atlanta, so the first thing I heard from T.I. was when he said the song "I'm Serious," where he said, "If a nigga," he said, "Hey, he gonna need a track from God featuring Jesus and Jay-Z."
Ooh,
the nigga to beat me. I was like, this nigga different.
Okay.
Different. And 24s too. Money, rose, cars, and clothes. Yeah.
When I was growing up, I didn't know that, like, it's so weird because I was even thinking about Eminem when we were talking about Eminem earlier, and I loved Eminem growing up. Like, I didn't know that, like, it was rap and East Coast and West Coast. It was just music to me growing up. And now I be saying here, when y'all be saying Eminem, I be making faces, and I'm like, you so fake, because when you was little, you knew every Eminem song. You was singing "My Bum Is on His Lips" and
by
all
the way,
that
when I speak about Eminem, I don't speak bad about him. I just say he didn't have to play by the rules that everybody else did, so that's why I can't compare him to everybody else.
Well, what I thought was really dope from last night that nobody talks about is that I think T.I.'s daughter sung Live Your Life.
So cute.
And he had all his kids there. He had Damani, he had King, he had the old Major, I think, the one that does the country. He had all his kids there. But we don't hear everyone talking about how it was controlled and how they were just celebrating him last night. And I think that it's our duty to say something about that.
Shout out to Tip. We want him on the show. We're going to get him.
That was a really good point, because when they were out there arguing and fighting in the clubs, it was on every blog. But see, we got to take control of that as the media. We have to be able to put more positive things out there. We can't sit here and keep perpetuating these stories. What y'all doing? Oh, perpetuating. What are you doing over there? Right.
Media, the voices of the internet are ran. Black Twitter, Instagram, all that shit is ran by women and the gay community.
Right, I'm blaming
if men ran the community, we would make a bigger deal out of different things. All of this shit, the shit that's being pushed, dog. What's the biggest media outlet on the internet right now? The Shade Room.
Ran by females.
Nigga, the Shade Room. That was ran by a black woman, owned by a black woman. Then you come with that. You got Jason Lee running Hollywood Unlocked, right? Like, look, I'm telling you, black women and the gay community control black media. As a man, I think it's, Tamira, you literally called a man sassy because he rapped about his problem with his last girlfriend. Never called her anything for lying. You never called Megan out for lying. You never called out for nothing. But you called the man who she lied and said cheated on me sassy because he says something.
Wait, you call Pardi sassy?
Yes.
That's not why I called him sassy. That's not why I called him sassy. I called him sassy because he sat here and told that girl's business. It's one thing to defend yourself and be like, I ain't cheating on you, hoe, or do whatever rap shit. But you sitting there, you're talking about how she went and got lipo. You're really trying to discredit her brand. She didn't say your name.
She did it to him first.
She said one little line, and I get it. Defend yourself, be artist, do all of that. But it's the way he did it. He laid in the bed with her. It's one thing to be like, fuck my ex-girl. It's another thing to go and say everything she ever told you and make a song and spill all her tea and do all that.
I guarantee you they've been together long enough, but he didn't say everything in 3 minutes.
All she said was you cheat on me. He's like, bitch, you got your body done and you're lying.
Because he said I didn't cheat.
That's it. Then I'm good.
So, but my point is that when a man speaks, he's sassy. Dog, when a man speaks,
yes,
he's sassy.
So
and here's another thing. There are no penalties in your head. That's why it's fucked up like that. You don't think there's a penalty for you. I know if I say something on this microphone right now, there's a chance that I can have smoke with somebody and that smoke can lead to death.
Yeah.
Do you think like that?
No,
I know you don't.
Me.
Not by the clip you put out this morning.
Oh, yeah.
When you said a man, you had the audacity to die. If I said that, I would be scared for my life. Women don't think like that. It's like, who's going to hurt me? I'm just a woman. I'm just a girl talking. Okay. Well, then when a man talks, you got to be quiet.
Don't die when you owe me money. That's all I was saying.
No, I'm just saying. But I'm saying.
No, I see what you're saying.
I'm just
talking
saying,
without
as a man,
repercussion.
There's certain things I can't say. If me and Tehran is right there, if me and Tehran have a fight and we about to fight, I'm thinking it's rare that two men fight and they end because they both tired. I'm not saying it don't happen, but it's rare. Now
that's why
like,
girls stop.
Nigga,
you
take a break.
Usually niggas fight, one nigga start losing and he go get something, right? We know as men that there's a penalty at death. Like if you pop up at your, like, did y'all see that footage of the baby father popping up at the baby mother house? And he was like, I'm here to see my daughter. And a white couple. He was like, I'm here to see my daughter. I want my daughter. And then the wife's husband came out with a gun and killed him. It's on camera. Came out and killed him right in front of his house. On camera. While he's literally, he's being filmed. He shot him to death. Because he was like, I'm here for my daughter. And he was like, get off my lawn. I'm not leaving as long as my daughter in there. And when men confront each other, there can be death. But when we confront each other, the worst thing you might see is a titty pop out. The worst thing you gonna see, a titty pop out. Niggas fight, it's like, hey nigga, they fight. Right. Nigga, they fighting over, let's get out the club. We ain't never been in the club and said, they fighting, let's just wait for that to die down. We see two women fighting, we like, oh, it's girls, it's nothing. Niggas fighting, he going to get the gun, he going to the car. Remember when we was at the Halloween party, dude got jumped. What's the first thing he did? Went to his car to get a gun. Now everybody got to run inside and sit in. Bro, men understand that there's a penalty to what we say. Women in the gay community don't understand that the way the men do. Because even when you see Saucy Santana going at it with academics, nigga, academics looks like the girl. For arguing with Saucy Santana. Right. And Saucy Santana was the one talking about beating his ass.
Yes.
And more than that.
But he's still, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, we don't acknowledge. And my thing is this. I want to make sure you know, I don't have a problem with women. I love y'all. But, and as a man that has a daughter, I gotta see the wrong and be like, I'm the culture referee. That's my job, to see wrong and be like, oh, that's not right. That's what I do. I just don't think women want to hear that's not right. But he did this to me. Nigga, imagine me saying my girl cheated on me, so I burned her house down. My girl cheated on me, so I flat her tires. What would you say about me? Man, let me tell you what happened, nigga. My girl cheated on me, so I flat her tires. What would you say?
You know what men do when you do
I'm
that?
asking you, what would you say if I said that?
Oh, I will call you sassy, of course.
I know you would. You would call me sassy for doing something that you did.
Yeah, because why are you doing female behavior?
I got to pay
that's
the penalty, and if you did it,
sassy.
you don't have to pay the penalty.
Because that's female behavior. That's the definition of sassy. Why is a man you doing female behavior? Being
Who
emotional
describes female behavior?
Erratic. You're emotional. He hurt your feelings. Now you're going to ruin his property. That is female behavior. Like you said, men think things out. Men understand consequences and repercussions. Females don't. So when you do something erratic and you just go and start messing up people's shit because you're emotional, that is sassy and that's female behavior. Yes, 100%.
So the only person that can own being erratic is women, is what you're saying. Because when a man is erratic, he's considered sassy. I'm asking, you just said when a woman does that, she's being a woman. But when a man does that, he's considered sassy.
Well, I tied emotions into it.
That is the problem.
That's bad, though. Because, like, Pardi's a cool dude.
We back the Pardi.
And not only that, dog.
Pardi got two nose rings.
Like, dog, she has the bigger voice. She's dating other players. Think about it, bro. Nigga, we ain't seen him with no other woman.
Who?
Oh yeah, he's with old girl now.
Yup.
What's the girl name?
Jada Kingdom.
He's with Jada.
He was with another girl. The other. Jada's fire. He was with another fire girl because I was like, how is he pulling all the fire?
That was before
another
Meg.
one.
Do you know what Pardi did?
He writes Cardi songs. He writes females raps. Yes.
He wrote Meg songs too.
He's writing females raps.
Yeah, but see, he's writing females rap.
What? That's what he does.
That is code for. What is that code for, guys? Sassy. You could have easily said he's a writer. She could have easily said he's a writer, but
I don't know any males he wrote.
Raps.
I don't know one male that I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
A writer's a writer. Teron, do you consider yourself a female writer?
I could tell you.
No, that's my point. Do you know any rapper that considers himself a writer that considers themselves a female writer? That's not a. That's something that you just proved my point. Black women in gay community have you guys have literally put men in a corner where anything a man does that is not defined by you as a man, you're going to call him sassy. That is wrong.
All right, I have a list of things that I think are sassy in my phone.
Tell me. Here it is.
Hold on. No, because now I got to find it because I've really been working on this for a while. Hold on, let me see.
I'm just here to let y'all see that when men fuck up, it's just way more heightened than when a woman fucks up. Because men, I'm like, dog, I said what I said about Puff as a different perspective. Now I got women on my phone saying, he hates women. What about your daughter? Your daughter, your daughter. I'm like, so because I have a daughter, I can't objectively look at a situation and see right from wrong? Because I have a daughter, anytime a woman is hurt, I need to say the man is wrong? I wouldn't do that. Dog, I was accused of it by someone, and everybody was here was looking at me crazy, and I had to come and say, here's what happened. Then it's like, oh, damn, he's not. And then as soon as we called it out, she disappears. So I had to call her out. I go through it. I'm telling you, I see women. Women go into things for thinking that they are what they are. Not what they are what she wants it to be. Not it is what it is. So
we delusional.
It's not delusional. It's just emotional. Yes. It's just emotional, and that's what it is.
All right, I'll give y'all my 5 sassy men things.
Go ahead. Give me.
And this is not like conclusive against everybody. Hibachi, like you can't be opening your mouth during hibachi. That's an absolute no.
Talking about like a nigga throwing a shrimp in a nigga mouth?
I don't. Yeah, that's an absolute no for me. I know some people are gonna give me pushback on this, but I really don't care. I think hookah's too sassy for men, especially if you record yourself doing hookah. If you just want to smoke it, okay. But when you start trying to make faces in the camera and do all that, that's a no for me.
Oh, shit.
I don't care how much we want to do the fashion thing with y'all. Y'all got to leave something for us. And nail polish, that's too far for me. Y'all could do the clear, clean nails, but the smiley faces and pink and matching your outfits and hair, that's too much for me. And lastly, gossiping about females to other females. A man could talk to, y'all could do man banner and have locker room talk, but I think a man talking to another female about another female business, that's sassy.
So, okay.
That's my sassy list for 2023.
I guess I cleared the list.
I got some sassy lists. We used to always talk about this. I think a man, watch it, the shit I'm gonna say, y'all gonna be like, you bugging. I think hookah is a little, putting a long stick in your mouth and sucking on it.
Whoa.
That is, nigga, I like the way you describe
it. I've never seen a nigga, now mind you, if I seen niggas smoke a hookah like this, that's cool. But when you do this,
you grabbing it.
A little different.
So you talk about if you smoking a hookah and you
directly
on the
bottom, like you got your hand down here, or the sticks up here,
yeah,
hold that shit up.
But any minute the extra little straw shit comes out is a little.
The limit that shit get long.
Okay.
I think 2 men drinking wine together without a woman at a table is sassy.
That's a good one.
I think 2 men drinking wine together. I think men going on vacation together.
Only 2? But what about
that's a little weird. That's not a boys trip. That's a couples trip.
That is a couples trip.
I'm just saying, but see, I can say that men can. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like I can say that because I'm a man.
And he said like just 2 men at a table sharing a bottle of wine.
Like 2 men, like if me and Teron go to dinner and we both order red wine, what the fuck we doing to each other after that? Fuck you ordering red wine for, nigga? I'm ordering red wine.
So liquor's cool, but wine is no.
Liquor is different. Wine is, to me, wine is a female thing. And you drink wine. Who introduced you to wine?
Exactly.
See, that's how it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
My lady introduced me to wine.
Mm-hmm.
If your uncle did,
There might be
be a little something wrong with that uncle. Like, hold on, you and me drink wine? Yeah, I love Sauvignon Blanc.
Some Cisco's.
Nigga, what? I'm just saying. I just think that two men drinking wine together is not masculine to me.
I agree.
I'm just saying. So I have a list of stuff too. I don't think a man should eat a banana publicly. I think he should break pieces off and put it in his mouth. I don't think a man should take a banana. I don't think men should suck lollipops in public. I don't think men should eat ice cream cones in public.
Good one.
Licking and shit like it's a little weird, my nigga. I got a list of things I don't think men should be in public, but I'm a man, so I can say it.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to update my sassy list. Ice cream, lollipops, and bananas. Okay.
Hey,
I know I added the wine already. That was
nigga,
good.
I wish the fuck, nigga. Me and the nigga hanging out. He like, yo, man, let's go get some wine.
Damn, where's my list?
Fuck for. You trying to fuck or something? Nigga, what the fuck is that?
You
No, just drink some wine and get a buzz. Nigga, I don't want to buzz
loose.
around you.
He trying to get you loose.
I don't want to get a buzz around you. I want to get a buzz around a woman.
Ice cream.
Okay, let's wrap it up. We can wrap it up.
Okay, knowing that what we know now.
We should do more of that. Knowing what we know now.
Knowing what we know now. If you were Kanye West, would you release all of your albums and would you release them in the order that they came out in?
I mean, I don't think that that's a question because Ye he dropped every album based on where he was. So he dropped every album in order.
Is there any album you wouldn't have dropped?
No. I mean, I love the fact that he's dropped so many albums.
What about you?
I'm not a huge Kanye fan. So I like him, but
you think
I think the only like album that I really listen to.
Hold on, you like him?
Yeah, I like his music.
Who's better than him?
Who's better than Kanye?
Tell me who's better than Kanye. I want to hear this.
I don't. That's a really tough question.
You just said you like him. I'm pretty sure you got some rappers you love. Who's better than Ye?
In my opinion,
yeah.
I probably would say Jay and 50. And my just
so
my
that 50 in.
Yeah,
and definitely
we knew Jay was coming.
My favorite rapper is Tupac. I think Tupac is better than Kanye.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at Pop.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on Pop.
I'm not mad at that, but 50. 50 had a short run. 50 had when 2002, Get Rich or Die Trying dropped. 2002, 2003, and by 2010, he's kind of on his way down.
Right.
He was on his way down after the second album. Ye is officially banned by the whole world right now. And that nigga does a show to play new shit. Now 50's on a Final Lap tour performing old shit. Do you know how hard it is to be a superstar artist and make people interested in your new shit? When I already got 100 songs from you I like, I don't need 103 more. I don't need more. For me to love you, that means you have to be fucking good.
Wow, that makes so... That's
Ye is literally the greatest artist to ever live. By far. Only artist that's behind him to me is Michael Jackson.
Okay, cool.
And that could be debatable. By the way, that's what I'm going to start saying. That's debatable. I understand why. But you want me to tell you why I think Kanye is better than Mike?
Why?
Great. See, instead of judging, here's why. Tell me if this will make sense. No, Michael Jackson's solo run, his solo run went from 79 to 1992. 13 years.
So we're not counting Invincible?
Hold on. No. With butterflies on it?
Yeah.
Come on, man. He was on his way down. He wasn't Mike the same Mike.
Okay,
right,
you said the run, not his career.
Run means
it was from
hits.
1979 to 1992. That was Michael's run.
Okay.
In that run, in 13 years, how many albums did Mike drop?
Off the Wall, Thriller,
Bad, Dangerous. 4 albums. How many albums has Ye dropped in the last 13 years? If I played I Wonder right now, that song can go right now. And I wonder if you know. Like, that song can go right now.
Good point.
Bro, Ye has put it on the line. The man has literally, let's be clear, the man has dropped how many classic albums? Let's not take that. He's dropped a gospel album. This man had niggas in a plane on top of the sky singing gospel music, and
so
we
you
loved
fuck
it.
with the gospel album?
Yes. Nigga, rain down on me. Like, he took it.
Indeed.
This nigga created Sunday service. We all showing up for that. Oh, yeah. You ain't got the answer, Sway. He sells sneakers. He goes from fucking Adidas. He goes to Jordan. Jordan is popular. He leaves Nike, goes to Adidas. Adidas jumps over the Jumpman. The nigga goes into clothes. Let's be clear. Virgil Abloh, all these people, like, dog, he is the greatest artist of our time. The nigga has been, I'm saying everything I said has nothing to do with the fact he was also probably the #1 producer in hip hop for how many years?
He had a
bro. He was the number one producer, number one artist, number one sneaker salesman, and the nigga is banned right now, and everybody is still waiting for the album to come out.
Facts.
Dog, it's okay. I think. Listen, man, I love Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's probably the most famous human being to ever live. He's the most famous human being outside of, to me, Jesus and Mike. But I'm saying artists. I don't think there's a better artist than Kanye.
I could
understand.
I can understand that, right?
Okay, but do I make sense though? Because Michael had 4 albums. Think about 4 albums, nigga. 4 albums for Ye is, let's say, College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, and then my Twick Darts of Fantasy. That's 4 albums. No, I just named 4 albums. 808s and Heartbreaks. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Nigga. What about The Life of Pablo? Oh shit. Dog. We sometimes hate to give credit to people because they're alive. And I'm here to tell you, if that man died right now, we would be celebrating him like nothing before.
So you think in the next 100 years, like
I think 100 years from now,
I think 100 years from now,
he's gonna be Beethoven, Mozart. They're gonna be wanting to buy his paintings. They're gonna be writing lines he wrote. If he wrote a love letter to Kim, they're gonna be selling that shit for $2 million. Everything he did is going to go because he is the greatest artist to ever live. Period. Dog, he's that good. Dog, you know how hard it is? Like, come on, man. You know, like, look at Drake. I thought Drake was incredible. Once Drake signed a $500 million deal, he started dropping album after album. And then people start judging him finally. Because he couldn't take his 2 or 3 years. Y'all miss me. Now it's like, I just dropped the album 6 months ago. Here comes 6 months later. Ye is dropping an album with Ty Dolla $ign. Nigga, name a nigga that big that's going to drop an album with Ty Dolla $ign. Can you name one Ty Dolla $ign album?
Nah.
That's how talented he is. I'm going to take a nigga that nobody think could be a star and I'm going to put him on the most global stage. That's who Ye is. Bro, he the best. And it's okay to say that. By the way, y'all know how I got named the culture referee?
Arguing about Kanye.
Arguing about Kanye with Shaka and Jeff at the gathering spot, and Kasim Reed was there. He was like, man, I've never seen a dude go, because he was like, it was just forementioned that that's not true. But then when you start breaking it down, it's like, damn, I never thought about that. He's the best artist to ever live. Nigga sold sneakers, nigga sold clothes, nigga sold everything. The nigga sold everything. And here's the crazy part, we still waiting for him to come next. Bruh, just give him his props. And he's doing it in a place where I don't think Kim Kardashian becomes a billionaire without Ye.
Of course not.
I don't think the Kardashians become a billionaire. He made the family, he made it okay. Remember the moment where you had to stop hating on Kim Kardashian. It was one moment where you had to stop hating on her. You know what it was? When it was Jay-Z, Beyonce, Ye, and Kim all front row at the Grammys. Yeah. That was when it was like, you can't stop that bitch. Ye did that. Remember, she was with Chris Humphries before that. And we fought with her, but she don't become what she becomes without Ye.
Of course not.
Come on, man. Bro, just get a nigga props,
The biggest
man.
thing to Kim is fashion.
And by the way, I'm saying everything I'm saying, that doesn't mean I'm not saying he's perfect. But I'm saying I can't judge him. Nigga, nobody can beat him in a versus.
His eyes are so big.
He can do it versus. Ye is better than Dre. Ye is better than Kels. You name anybody who think is unbelievable, Ye is better than all of them.
Usher too?
Hell yeah.
He
ain't even close.
Not even close.
Nigga, he's the best artist to ever live. To me.
So basically he got to do a versus against himself, huh?
No, he could do a beat versus against Pharrell.
Ooh.
He could do a song versus against Jay. Nigga, he could do a fashion versus against anybody. Nigga, look. Boom. I didn't even realize how Ye's on. Like, Yeezy on. Come on, man. Like, dog. Sometimes we don't like I know, Vito. Sometimes we don't like giving credit to people because of the perception of them. Nigga, you heard what Dot said earlier. This nigga said he knew I was crazy. I wish he was here. He said he knew I was crazy because one day I told him I think Timothy is just as good as Big. Nigga, I believe that. That's the only way I can be able to do what I do. I gotta believe that. So wrap it up.
Yeah. All right, guys. So make sure if you like our conversation, you're following us on all social media platforms. You are subscribed. Shout out to our sponsors, Yoko Vodka, Toe and Carry, Two Laws, and that's it, guys. This is the God Show, and we
got to make sure they join the Dreamers community too. Don't forget that.
Become a part of the God Squad.
God Squad.
I want you people to come sit on the couch with us, but I'm not letting nobody if they're not in the God Squad. You can come sit on the couch with the Culture Report.
Ooh, that would be fun.
I would love that. Let's get it.
Yeah.
This is the God Show, the Culture Report. We are out.
Deuces.